Say goodbye to all the unbearable moments of the past. Stumbling. There's no use in running away. Better to act casual and let it all pass like clouds and smoke. Don't magnify your worries, face them head on. You want to achieve something great, but you're still running in place. No one can ever know how many wounds you've endured. The only answer is found through countless trials. Soon you'll be able to use this key to lock away the pain of past memories. Don't ask why kindness is always met with cruelty. The road ahead may be bright or dark. Perhaps it's filled with thunderstorms. I've also learned my lesson 1,000 times over. I'm finally starting to understand this world. Rather than wait for fate to pass its sentence, it's better to get to the finish line first. Will this world ultimately just fade into nothingness? Watch your cowardice and anxiety walk away and never look back. Be patient with yourself. Today, you face the great test of your life. How many fools and idiots are out there selling their souls? Your goal is written with unwavering resolve. Whether you understand it or you're waiting for it, waiting for a chance, with all kinds of hardships you can only guess at. Don't talk about gifts from fate. Please let the setting sun be your crown. Your momentum should be used to live a righteous life. It's inevitable to want to retreat after going through so many changes. I tell myself to work hard to make my dreams come true, even if the hazy future is just fleeting glory, like something from a book. Few who have been outsiders for long haven't given up at some point. Thank you. The harsh winds blow through life, tempering a person inside and out. The future might be empty. Maybe it's nothing more than a dream. In this vast world, if there isn't a single lamp, who could possibly wash this cage clean? Look at those who fight against the wind. They are never defeated and will ultimately take the crown. You try, you fail. The disciplined are strong, the cowardly are critically weak. No matter what the outside world is like, let the winds rage, just sing out what's in your soul. It has never been easy to be civilized and noble. You seem to be fearless. At your core, you are a ball of fire. No matter how chaotic your heart is, what do you have to challenge fate with? Wait for destiny to unfold. After more than a decade, you see through the fleeting nature of the world. Back and forth, in the end, it's all for nothing. A hero waits, knowing beauty will surely be found in this life. Peace of mind is where you truly belong. So why fear being in a foreign land? Victory will be won in the future. All the rights and wrongs. Just learn to look upon them with detachment. Take that first step, and you'll see how wonderful the world is. You think it's that simple. Because you all want to find a place where your heart can be at peace. In this mundane, mortal world, why take things so seriously? You'd be better off letting go of some of that attachment. The road ahead is long. Facing many setbacks will surely temper your character. Laugh at the ways of the world and live a little more freely. As connections come and go, everything is fated. Don't worry about what you might gain or lose. When it feels like fate has blocked your path, the answer isn't to pray, but to lift your own head. Why bother competing with others over trivial things? Let what's past be past. When your time comes, all the hardships will just become stories to laugh about. In times of adversity, don't just muddle through. A noble person isn't a mere tool, and spiritual wisdom is boundless. Find growth in failure. Find your point of leverage. That's right. That's all it takes. Keep both feet on the ground. Everyone has their own path, and who doesn't have struggles they can't speak of? From not understanding to understanding. You only know that a smooth road is a blessing after you've walked a rugged path. Let go, and you will live more freely. Put down your heavy burdens. In dealing with people and affairs, everyone has their own part to play. As the years go by, don't wait until everything is scattered by the wind. Just watch how people find their way out of hardship. On this road of life, it's inevitable that you'll stumble and fall. All living beings fall together, sleeping forever in the deep sea. The whispers of human nature can kill. Even nobility has its dark side. You think you can be flawless, that you can control everything without ever making a mistake? The seed of greed in your heart is ready to control you 10,000 times over. The deeper you grind, the more you'll sweat. A character who has beaten the game. Those who resort to violence are destined for pain and failure. But burying your conscience means you'll take everyone down with you. Even conscience itself has fallen. To this day, two hearts are still at war, both lost in chaos. Right or wrong, you make the call. Take all those distinctions and just swallow them. It doesn't matter, as long as you can just be a bystander. For everything else, you must seek enlightenment in a sea of books. There are always conditions. To speak the principles of being human and use them to move people, or to spark a sense of connection. We all come from the same root, yet look around, and all you see is sorrow. And you just can't warm it up. Easier said than done. There's always an excuse to delay, and empty talk is just a waste. In this journey of life, pain is always tied to purpose. Most people just live mediocre lives, waiting in line for it all to end. So much glory and so much evil. And then the midsummer evening breeze appears. Humanity becomes a jungle of good and evil. You have to be a good person. Or are you just selling poison? It was the hands of greed and delusion that built this result. The boy inside you can never go back to how he was. Can you handle it? Will you be scorned or welcomed with praise? The blueprint, the vision. It's an ironclad fact. Can't the world be a little more vibrant? Easy for you to say. All for the sake of a name. Every cut is pain. Every meal is like swallowing nails. You can't tell what's genuine from what's fake. A person's heart is wrapped in a layer of skin. On top of that, a veneer of fake politeness, sinking into all kinds of crowds. Be careful not to fall. That path you have to choose. If you don't see eye to eye, even half a sentence is too much. The purpose of life is a mystery. Your direction in life must be clear. When results aren't what you hoped for, don't blame others. Only with a peaceful heart can you find your true self. It's never too late to turn back, so don't wait until it's filled with regret. The most important thing is to live with honesty and integrity. Being down to earth isn't something that happens overnight. The world is like a game of chess. Every round is new. Saying too much leads to mistakes. Trouble comes from the words you speak. To know your faults and be able to correct them is the greatest virtue. Don't obsess over things that captivate others. You need to see sweet talk for what it really is. Only you can keep yourself from getting obsessed. After fighting for all that fame and fortune, how much of it is actually real? Life is like a stage play, but every character is different. When other people are more brilliant than you, use a candid voice. In all that you do, just seek to be at peace with your conscience. In all things, don't try to force it. In your life, you'll have gains and losses. It's all just a normal part of life. Only by letting go of attachments can you truly stand out. Year after year goes by. Time is short, and you can never be young again. No matter how much money you make, it's never enough. If you make a choice, you have to live with the consequences. In the grand scheme of things, life has its own rhythm. Only if you can afford to lose can you go further. Socrates once said, know yourself. Don't judge a person's greatness by their successes or failures. If you aim for the summit, don't be afraid of the heights. The symphony of life. Always has its twists and turns. When things are going well, don't get cocky. When you're down on your luck, don't sell yourself short. Be forgiving whenever you can. See the world for the impermanent place it is. The universe has its own way of balancing things out. Even if you're at rock bottom, never lose hope. In this world, you walk your path alone, and only you know its hardships and comforts. Those who are content are always happy. Looking at wealth from the outside, everyone has their own philosophy. Don't get lost trying to solve that philosophical puzzle. You get held back by the trash in your field. That trash will eventually swallow you and drag you into the mire. The endless sand behind you cuts you off like a city wall. Catching villains, taming dragons, and capturing demons. Speaking of which, your life has so much inherent potential. It's not a lottery. There's a list of honor at the Southern Gate. When you go out into the world, you might not make a name for yourself. Looking towards the Southern Gate, waiting for your name to be on the list. Focus on your work, and you will surely attract wealth in the future. It's time to take the first step and start learning. The wisdom of civilization gives us some enlightening warnings. As you go through life, you must learn to have an open mind, which is the gateway to knowledge. This wisdom, you see, young man, you're in the field, but still carrying the disposition of a white-collar worker. You might not understand the subtleties of human relationships, but you haven't learned enough yet. You need to learn to express yourself in the ways of the world. First, you must cultivate virtue on your journey through life. Cultivating virtue is the most important step. Remember your name. You came into this world crossing nations. Your name is person on a mission. You must bear the weight of your own path. No matter how heavy the fall, you must face the road ahead. Face the storms of life. You must stomp your sorrows under your feet. Unleash your hidden talents. In truth, emptiness can awaken the power of life, awakening your potential little by little. To tear open the blue sky before your eyes. Only by falling into hardship do you learn to understand. To know benevolence and doctrine is to walk the path of growth, and the basis for walking this path comes from your beliefs. Perhaps that suppressed energy isn't fully buried, falling into the affairs of the mortal world. Instead, you must look intently and see the truth right before your eyes. A life of sunshine will inspire you to come back. Although along the way, you've offended the white tiger that blocks your path, a good person will be saved. The test of time, can't you overcome it? You can find a way out of life's difficulties. Your dreams will definitely help you pull yourself together. The path you see has its own meaning. The age of intellectuals is over. They talk to you about the goals of the middle class. Work harder, and all you get is fast money. Some people live in mediocrity, just standing by and envying others. Stop your endless rambling. When you look back, you've achieved nothing. Too many people just drift through life, becoming cautionary tales for others. There are two virtues in life. You have to choose between the two. Achieving fame and fortune is mistaken for self-improvement. It's something you can get just by faking it. For the sake of a few people's egos, we remain stuck in a purely academic philosophy. The upper class. But the elite use their money to solidify their status. In this vast sea of people, everyone is just struggling to get by. That's just the way it is, right or wrong. You get lost in a desert of your own thoughts. When the contradictions pile up, you just become colder and more indifferent. It's pointless talking to them. And in the end, you miss your opportunity, waiting for the path to become clear. In the end, you're left with nothing, and then you blame everyone. Everywhere you look, people are talking about compassion. You trap yourself in the mundane and trivial, carrying so many burdens and responsibilities. Suddenly you feel an emptiness as you open your palms. No money means you're down and out. Is your dream fated to be nothing more than what others say it is? You get used to the long nights, with more worries than happiness, all alone, struggling all on your own. As a failure, let the past be the past. Don't waste it. You only bought $1,000 worth of painkillers. There are still two other paths you can take. But there is nothing but silence. No one's going to tell you what a wanderer is truly thinking. Don't even bother with the title of your degree. Back in your neighbor's generation, where was the internet and search? Why did you rush to buy $1,000 worth, only to cap it after 10 days? You can say I'm stuck on some old website, but it's no use. It won't wait for you to face reality. And as for speaking your mind, they just come one after another. You can't see the sales figures, but $10,000 still comes your way. You might as well go for a big deal. Who asked you to wait around in the black market? It's like seeking protection outside of the law. They were unable to connect with the outside world. It teaches that relationships are all about lifting each other up. The analysis makes it sound so enlightened, but on the inside, it's pure chaos. Some people place such a strong emphasis on self-reflection, claiming that introspection will invite Satan. This will become a massive undertaking. The principle can't wait for reality to arrive. It's just one-sided. Take the old topic of Christ as the head, all the way to the mass suicide of the Order of the Solar Temple. And then there's Leviathan Satanism, which was supposedly founded by some celebrity. All of these defy common sense. No matter what you try to build, in the end, you're just left with an empty heart. They talk about happiness, but they're stuck on a very superficial level. The first ones to join are always like that.